Hi, welcome back to the channel, the Caravan and Us. Today I just wanted to talk about awnings, sun canopies, windbreaks and awning pegs. When we started out caravanning, we've got a relatively small caravan, so we need as much space as possible. So we looked at awnings. We ended up with a Kampa Rally All season poled awning at 2.6 metres. Absolutely great. Love it. But it comes over the window of the lounge. It goes from the end of the caravan approximately halfway across the window. So we used it for around about a year, and then we started looking into something a little bit smaller, a 200 or a 2 metre awning. With all the hype around air awnings, we decided to go for an air awning. I like the camper awnings, so we went for a Kampa Rally Air Pro 200. That was great for the first 2 outings, and then the following times of using it, after the first 2 times, we had a twisted pole. Deflated it by about 50%, twisted it back round, all okay, fine, not a problem. Packed it away when we finished the weekend away, and lo and behold, the next time we used it, twisted pole, same one, deflated it, so on and so forth. That happened for 6 times of putting it up. Don't know if it was just me, but I did read it. We've got an awning rail on the back of the house. I put it up on there, made sure that everything was spot on, and it was. Packed it away neatly as you're supposed to do, or as Kampa recommends, and next time out, twisted pole. Wasn't happy with that whatsoever. It does. Kampa do say that from time to time it may be necessary to to realign the poles. I don't mind once in a while, not every single time that we go out. It's not acceptable, perfectly honest. Didn't bother getting in touch with Kampa, which maybe I should have done, but I just sold it, got rid of it, and ended up with another poled awning, which is the same as the 260. It's a Kampa all season, a Kampa Rally All Season 200. Great. It's as good as the 260. It's absolutely great. Love it. The thing about poled awnings versus air awnings, I'm not seeing, or certainly in my experience, air awnings, I don't think they're any quicker to put up. One of the hardest jobs on, which must be on any awning, is threading it through the awning rail, certainly on a larger awning, but that's the first thing. And the next hardest thing on an awning is pegging it out. The easiest thing is putting in the poles or blowing it up. To put up the 260, just as an example, I was not pegging. I'm not talking about pegging, I'm just on about getting it up. 15 minutes maximum. That's threading it through the awning rail, putting the poles in, getting it all lined up, everything. Next, sun canopies. The first sun canopy we bought was one where you just slide it in the awning rail and it comes out 2 poles. It's just a flat sheet of tarpaulin, to be perfectly honest. Wasn't over happy with that. So we ended up with a sun camp canopy 260. Absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant. It takes 10 minutes, if not less, to put up. It really is good. Can't fault that whatsoever. Windbreaks. I know you can get the pulled ones which you're knocking and so on and so forth, but wanted something just a little bit better, to be quite honest, and something that matched the camper. So we went for a Kampa Pro windbreak, which is a 3-panel. It's the aluminium poles, upright poles, aluminium cross pole, and there's no guy lines. It's an adjustable aluminium pole that comes away from it. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. It really has been good. We use it nearly every time we go away in the caravan, and it's great. It's a bit fiddly to put up, to be fair, but once it's up, it's up. So it's great. Next thing, awning pegs. Well, I mean, there's an abundance of choice out there. We've had loads, and I will just show you the ones that we've got and the reason that we've changed. These were the very first pegs that I purchased. I went for these mainly because of the length. I just thought the longer the peg, the better. They are absolutely fantastic and they do grip. But if you're on hard standings, I've noticed on quite a few hard standings that there's rocks underneath the main base, and these just won't go through, or they come out extremely bent. But it's a good peg, to be honest. Fantastic length. I think it's about 30 centimetres. The next ones that I purchased were the steel ones. Absolutely great, but as you can see, when you take them out, invariably the top breaks off, and that's a straight one. But quite often they end up like that, which they still work, but not over happy with that. Another peg are these, which are the shorter steel ones. They're great. They go through anything, to be honest. But again, the bend. That's just going into a hard standing with rocks underneath the main surface. I mean, that really is bent, but they are good. We've now changed to these, which, to be quite honest, are very, very straightforward. It really is exactly what it looks like. It's a bit of rebar which has been bent over at the end to form a peg, and then just cut that end. We are talking heavy duty, and I've got these in various, well, two lengths. I've got one which is about that long, and then this one, but I only ever use the long ones. To be quite honest, they are the business. I haven't had one of these bend. Fantastic. Now, putting the ground sheet and awning carpet down, I was using these, which again, they're just little ground sheet pegs, to be honest. I think they're called mushroom pegs. So I've got, it's the same thing, it's just in metal. Great. Absolutely great. Those, that one and that together, I cannot recommend them enough. Absolutely brilliant. Fair enough, a bit more expensive than the standard ones, well worth the investment. And hammer, granted, weigh a bit more, knock anything in with that. This is just a lump hammer. It's a 1 kilo, so yeah, they are heavier. Makes life much easier putting your pegs in. So just a quick video, my thoughts on awnings, sun canopies and windbreaks, and not forgetting awning pegs. We're going away in a couple of weeks up to Durham for the weekend. So next weekend I will be up cleaning the caravan, vacuuming it out, so on and so forth. There's a couple of other little jobs that I want to do before we go away.